Hi, this is going to be a beat making tutorial for the Patreons who have the app downloaded and installed on their own devices. If you press down, you're in the project menu, and from here you can load the demo songs. You should have extracted the zip file into your tracks directory. By moving left or right, you can enter directories. Let's quickly load a Pigment project. So generally, pressing left will bring you to the pads performance view, and pressing right will bring you to the grid editor where you can edit the individual hits or tricks. Down here you can select patterns. When you press on it, it will switch at the next bar. Then with the crossfader you can cross between the two decks. And I think the same track is loaded on deck B. I still had it there. If let's select another one and now cross. Alright, so after creating a new project, if we press up, we can see the categories view. So these are directories that are assigned or will be assigned to the pads. And we can see here it's empty. If we want to add a new directory, we just select a row and press Y, and then choose directory from this menu, and then we can navigate here, see pad to the right, and then enter will select it. And now we have it here. This number here, we can change it by moving left and right. That's how many random samples we want to load from this directory. So the demo songs directory comes with a template in where we have some directories assigned, and then if we press left again, we can see the pads, and each pad, if we look at the category here, each pad has a category assigned, so kick, snare, head, clap, percussion, SFX, bass. What I did for the Pigment beats was simply to add a directory with Pigment loops. But for today, I have some other samples prepared from Smuggled Keys. That's actually a person's samples that I purchased on his website, and I will leave a link in the description. What he does is basically he provides songs that are like instrumentals that you can sample or chop the way you want, and so I just extracted a few loops from there. By default, all rows are selected, but you can toggle the selection with the Y button. But usually I want to just load samples from all categories at the same time. So I press A and again to confirm, and then we see this progress bar. And we see here the memory is percentage counter is increasing, and now we see we already used 92%. Let's go press left again. And this is a bit of a glitch. By default, if you notice that all samples are sounding the same. So what you can do is hold the pad and press left or right to cycle through the samples. And here you see the sample name, and as you can see, it's changing. And you can either do this for every pad, or you can go to the grid editor and just press on randomize all. Sorry for that. I will improve this workflow in the future, but now we should hear the kind of sounds.
Bounce.
From here we can adjust all the sound settings. For example, let's say we want to kick quieter, then we can hold it and use the circle pad to change the value. We can select different attributes when we're not touching the screen. Alternatively, we can also just hold A when a pad attribute is selected to change its value. So for the Pigment beats, I just changed one pad. I changed the category to play the sample. So here's our first sample. This would be another one. Yeah, we should choose one. And then I can match it to the tempo. If I press A, A toggles this like second page in the instrument editor. And if num beats is a value that's higher than 0, then it will repitch the sample to match this number of beats. So here it sounds like, because it's 2 bars, it's 8 beats. Now that it's tempo matched, I can click here until I see slice and play with the slices if I want to. I don't know why pad 9 keeps blinking. That's a bug. Alright, so I'm just going to place a note here. So now we have 1 bar with just the loop playing. And I usually just create a kick, put a kick at the first beat, and then the snares as you expect. And yeah, I should adjust the volumes and everything, but it seems kind of alright now. Let's see, so the kick is 100. And then, for example, every pad has its own quantization setting, which is by default set to 1, so it means 16th notes, I think. If I set it to 4, it means that pressing the pad will, instead of playing instantly, it will play it at the next suitable grid. So if I wanted, like to insert a head at every 4 steps, I could set quantization to 4, enter record mode, and then just keep tapping that. Maybe now set it to 2, and now I can do that. Okay, stop recording. Oh, I inserted claps where I wanted to insert snares. Oh, it might be a good idea to activate swing. I set it to 30 or 40. Alright. If you want to solo a sound, because it's kind of like with the background music playing, yeah, if you want to solo a sound, you can just keep it, press it and press up. And I'm not sure I like this. I'm just gonna see what else we have. So these, by the way, are field recordings that I made. And I quite like them. So with these kind of sounds, what I like to do is to set a length, maybe like this. And if we change the slice number, we can change the starting position. Yeah, I don't know. Let's take that. And to get out of solo mode, I just hold the pad and press up again. Down is muting and up is solo. Okay, so now this one bar gets pretty boring. In the grid editor, at the where you see the 0, that's the current bar. So if I select this extend menu or button here, these are actually buttons, it will just double the pattern length. And now we can see that this changes between 0 and 1. And now I can maybe make some variations. This follow button here allows me to focus on one bar. For example, I want to only make changes in bar 1, so I press it, and when it says follow disabled, it will lock the view to that bar. So I could now maybe do something with the snare. Maybe 2 snares here. And in this view we can preview sounds with pressing B. So, I mean, that's not...
Bounce.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this vocal here. Bounce. Okay. And now I think what I find is the fun part. Instead of just playing the Smuggle Keys loop, we can slice it up a little bit. So here you can toggle different modes, and if I want the slice mode, so one really important thing though, I'm gonna lock this to pattern 0 again. In this view we can go to the automation editor by pressing start. So here I want to put automation on the first beat for the slice number to make it 0 all the time. And this is just important because if you look at the slice number, the slice number is a global parameter. When I play the slices, you see that it's actually setting the global slice value. But I want the audio to always play the first slice at the first beat. So once I have this, yeah, I think I will set the quantization to 2. I'm just gonna put in some random slices and see what it gives me. So this is bar 1. Alright, let's say we like what we have. Now I think as the last thing I would just extend the pattern length again, so we have 4 bars. And then just make some variation here, maybe. I guess the easiest thing would be to just delete everything and to have a little pause or gap. Or of course we could change the slice values. So the way the automation editor works is very crude. When you touch the screen, you're changing the value of the currently selected column. So you kind of always have to first maneuver to where you want to make a change. Let's say I want to change this value, and then I can go here. try something else.
Bounce.
And maybe here too.
Bounce.
Alright, so now we have a bit of a pause happening.
Bounce. Bounce. Bounce.
So I think I'm gonna save this, why not?
Bounce.
Demo toot.
Bounce. Bounce.
What I can do now, what could be interesting is to simply select a different loop.
Bounce.
Well, now I can maybe just create a variation. I can copy this pattern to another slot, and I do this by holding the right shoulder button and pressing the slot I want to copy to, and now it's on that slot. Now I can simply select a different loop,
Bounce.
and it will play the same slices and everything.
Bounce.
Pressing start in the categories view will simply delete all unused samples, and we can start fresh.
Bounce. Bounce.
So I'm gonna go to a different pattern and start over. I don't like that. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna set this pad to the smuggled keys category again. Gonna set numbeats to 4, to 8. Gonna set a note at the first beat and set the slice value to 0, so it's sort of keyframed. I will extend the pattern length, so we have 2 bars. Be sure that I'm on the right on this smuggled keys pad. And I'm just gonna play some. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I think that's not too bad. Or maybe we can play this chromatically. Yeah, I think that's nice. Oh yeah, there's a little glitch. I'm sorry. If you change the octave in the piano mode, you can do that with the left and right D-pad buttons, by the way. The octave will still be affecting the pitch when you go back to playing the pads. So this can be sometimes a bit confusing. I apologize. I will have to think of something better. But yeah, I wanted to see what sounds we have here. I think I'm just gonna put this to put some variation, maybe into the second bar. Maybe I make it a little quieter. Oops. Yeah, that's good. So we have 2 bars. So I think I'm just gonna only like extend double the length again and make some variation at the 3rd bar and call it a day. What I could probably do, I just want to see at the look at the slicing stuff. So this is bar 0. Okay. So I just want to maybe put some different slice values here. Just gonna randomly try something. So I didn't hear much of a difference there. Ah yeah, okay. Maybe remove this guy. Do something with the snare, not sure what, maybe move it left, and then, yeah, make a bit of a pause, and see if we have like some one-shot thing that we can fire. But maybe we just leave the pause. Oh, well, that's an interesting bassy sound, but... So this is the 2nd percussion sound. What else do we have? Lots of talking. Maybe this one, yeah. Okay, so... Oh, but that was a bit off. Okay. It's a bit annoying that you cannot easily navigate... Well, you can actually navigate to the different bars. But I kind of forgot. I think it's if you hold the right shoulder button. Ah yes, and then move the circle pad left and right, then you can move to the different bars. Okay. Yeah, I kinda like that. And now back to the first beat.
bounce, 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 bounce.
Okay, I'm just gonna save it. Alright. Maybe let's do one more. So I'm gonna... I mean, we don't have to clear the samples, but I like to do it. Just for the sake of variety. So yeah, let's start from scratch again. Alright, let's put that down. Sorry about the bug. So now I'm just going to delete those two lanes that I recorded to re-record them. I'm just going to try to, to randomly find some rhythm. Okay, let's say we like this. Maybe I should have copied the other pattern over, because then I wouldn't need to reassign the category all of the time, but that's what I need to do now. I probably also need to set the num beats value again, just to align it to the tempo. Okay, I guess this is the only one we didn't use yet. So yeah, I'm just gonna put a first note, set the slice value to 0. I mean, we don't have to start at 0. We can start on any other. So no. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm gonna set the quantization to 4 again. Okay, so I will extend the pattern length and just record some slice. So this one's nice. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I really want I need some global display to know, to let the user know which is the current bar that's kind of missing. So we didn't use these SFX pads yet, so what do we have here? Can we do something interesting with that? So if I limit the length, I want it to be shorter, so yeah, maybe. Pitch sounds a bit weird. Yeah. But I don't like that it repeats. It's a bit too low volume. Okay, let's extend it again. So now we should have 4 bars. And maybe I want to put in another, like the same sound, but with a different slice point. And I can also make it longer if I want. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Now I want to go back, go to the 4th bar, or the last one. I mean, the counting starts at 0, so 3 is the last one. And I'm gonna make it easy for myself again and just delete nodes to create a sort of a pause. Yeah, I don't know. What you can also do, what you cannot do currently is to loop a single bar, which would be really useful, and I will do that in the future. But next to the slice mode, there's also the sample mode, so you can actually play other samples than the one currently assigned, and also record that, and just find like some. Let's say I want that sample, that 0 vocal. So I just put in sprinkles of different sounds to give it some kind of variation. Okay, let's save that. But I'm gonna be a bit cautious and just save it as a different file. To let you know, the new version, I mean, this is 0.4. 0.5 has an... Oh no, this already has an increment. So I could have just saved as an increment, and it would move the old file into a backup folder, and each time it will preserve the file and add a new ascending number to it. So you can always go back to an older version, but not have so much clutter in your directory and files. Anyway, so now we have 3 beats, and I hope this is enough for this tutorial. I could create like I just could copy it here and make more variations and maybe delete, let's say, the drums or whatever. So now I could have like, this would be my intro or something. And now we have the drums again. And yeah, so what was it? If you're in this mode, you can mute channels with Y. You will see this little M symbol here. And you can solo with X. Solo is always exclusive, so if you solo something else, what you had soloed before won't be audible anymore. So now we're just listening to the hi-hats, I guess. And now let's listen to only the loop, the Smuggle Keys loop. And if I don't want to unmute like each channel individually, there's also a clear mutes or something. Yeah, clear mutes. Ah, but we're still in the solo. Okay. All right. I think this video is way too long, but let's play the 3 beats again. Well, actually, let's load one of the Pikmin's projects on the right side so we can crossfade between them. So now I'm on deck B here, but I've crossfaded to the crossfader is on the left, but now I can sort of crossfade over. Well, that didn't sound very nice, so let's repeat it with another pattern. And now I can go back to deck A and switch it, select a different pattern, and maybe crossfade back, and let's hope it sounds good. Maybe not. And do the same again. Let's pick this one. I'm recording a video. And let's do the last one. Oh, I forgot, my favorite new feature actually is the interrupt mode, but for that I'm gonna load new samples. So let's assume we have on deck B some interesting sounds, like bass sounds or so. So what we could do is, if we do see here, I selected the interrupt button or menu, and if you press A, nothing will happen, but it will ask you play a sound to interrupt the pattern, and it will mute everything and then unmute it at the next bar again. So I'm gonna do it again. You can always look at the steps here to get an idea of where we are in terms of the bar. So what kind of helps is to set some quantization value. So if I set it to 4, it's really hard to go wrong.
bounce,
Yeah, and that's great fun. Alright, there you have it. We made 3 beats.
bounce.
Please support me on Patreon, like and subscribe and everything, and have fun. Bye bye.